Okay, welcome back to the channel, guys, and to part 14 of the build. Today what we're going to do is we're going to get the front part of the turret on, and then we'll stick it onto the aircraft. Okay, so what we want is, if I can just get the instructions out. We're going to go back to step 86, and we need part G9. Which I think is this one there. So alright, so I'm just going to get me I'll get my spool cutters out. Get that out of the way as well. We'll just get this right. Now the trick is to actually feed this through. And there we are, we're on. That was pretty easy enough. So what I'm going to do now, get that all in. And we'll get a because I'm going to need a cup to right. Mm. Mm. Okay, well, we got that on. So we'll just leave that to dry up. Put that to one side. And then we can safely say that that hopefully, fingers crossed, that once that has cured, we can put that on. Okay. Alright. So we can now say that we've done these two parts here, these two steps. Right, so I'll be back in a bit. Okay, we're going to get the wheels all put together. I'm just leaving the turret there to, I'm just leaving the turret there to dry off for a bit. So we'll get the tail wheel. So we'll get the wheels on. And then what we'll do, okay, right. We'll get these on. We'll use the plastic magic. Now we've got it all, and there we have it. Got it all perfectly matched up. Right. So all we've got to do now is to leave that to dry, and then get the other two on. Get the other two together. Okay, right. Well, that's just dry fitted now, so there. Right. Now what we can do is to go out and give those a bit of a paint. So I'll be back in a bit. Right, well, while the wheels are drying, we can get the rear turret in. So let's do that now a minute. Try that needs to go in. That needs to go in there. And that has gone in like a quite easy, I think. There you go. So what I'll do is I'll just put a bit of plastic magic I'll just put a bit of plastic magic on. There, that's all in. Now, as I've said, the wheels have been drying, so what we can do is we can get them ready to. Here they are. And what I'll do is I'll just put them there like so, and we can see that. You can see that what I've done is I've used this. It's Humble number 33 matte black acrylic spray paint, and I've also used one of these as well. It's a face mask, and so when you're spray painting outside, just make sure that you go outside. Out in the open, because otherwise you're going to breathe the fumes in. If you do it inside, you're going to breathe the fumes in, and you'll stick your whole house or flat out. Okay. Okay. So, so best place to do this is to go outside. All right. So now while these are now touch dry, and so what we can now do is to actually get some aluminium paint into the into the middle, and so on and so forth. Okay, so I'll be back in a bit. Okay guys, well while so what we're going to do now is I'm just going to get, and I've got some aluminium paint in there, and I've thinned it down ever so slightly. And what we're going to do is we'll just there's one done. And then there we go. And I've used a bit of Humble number 56 aluminium. Okay, so while that is all drying off, just get everything out of the way for a minute. I'm going to leave the tail wheel, and then what we can do is we can start to get some of the bits and pieces on here. Okay, and most of these are going to be painted in white, and also some of them are actually going to be in also some of them will be painted in aluminium as well. So let's get on and do that, shall we? So what we will do is, I've got a sprue here somewhere that will, I think it's that one. There we go. So we can paint these two bits. I'll paint them on the sprue. Okay. So what I'll do, I'll just go and get the paper towel, wipe the brush off, and then we can start painting these bits. Okay. So I'll be back in a bit. Okay. What we're going to do now is we'll get these two bits painted here. Okay. I'll only just paint these, paint the top bits. I'll only just paint the top bits, okay, because the bottom bit is not going to get seen. Okay, so alright, so there we go. And what we can do now, as these have dried off a little bit, and we'll just get that off with a bit of I just wish it, oh, this is, that's all ready to go. Trying to get blue sack off here. It's like a, right, so there we go. Now what we can do, it's gone on a bit too much, I think, but well. So there we go, that's the tyres all painted up. Now Right, so we don't want that anymore for now, nor that. Right. And we can put the wheels on in a moment. Okay, so what we're going to do, so the shorter one goes on so what we need to do now is get that off. And I'm sorry if the engine is it looks well, I've done the best I can with the engine cowlings, but so there we go. So what we can do is get the smaller one off. There we go, let's get that in, right. And we'll just get and then what we'll have to do what we can with this one, but that one looks as if it's all right. Okay. that, don't we? So and I think there we go. Okie dokie, right. These should have dried by now. So what we can do now is we find the weighting area, the weighted flat bit. Okay, well I can sort that out in a bit. Doesn't seem to want to go in. Came out, but it doesn't want to go back in. Damp glue's getting a bit all tacky and everything, so right, there we go. That's what we'll do. Is I'll just leave it like that for now, and then when we get the tail wheel in, we can sort the we can I think that's it there. There, right. But we can sort all that out when we come to, we can sort the tail wheel out as part of the finishing touches video when we come around to doing it. Okay, so there you go. I'll be back in a bit. Okay guys, I'm just going to call it a day. I'm going to put on one more part for this video and then we'll call it a day. Okay, and the part we're going to put on is where my finger is. It's this part here, and we'll get it off. At least I can say that I've actually made a start on step 94. That's what I was looking for. And here's where we need our contacts to clear again. First of all, I'll just there we go, that's on there. So you'll have noticed I've got my masking tape all ready. Right, we don't need that now. And then what we do, and we'll leave that to dry. And that will help. And that will help us. The masking tape will just help it adhere to the help the glue stick. Okay. So we'll call it a day there. Okay guys, so just a quick word on the poll. As you can see, it's 50-50 at the minute between the Heinkel and the Dornier, with 16 votes. That's about 8 votes each. So I would suggest that you get voting because you don't have long left to vote. Okay, so I'll be back in a bit. Well guys, that's it for this video. Thanks ever so much for watching. At least I've made a start on step 94, which is something. And I've also got the rear turret in, and I've also got the underside of the front part of the nose in as well. So at least that's that is something. There are a few parts that need to be painted white that have to go under on the underside of the wings, and I'll get those painted up in time, ready for the next video. Okay, so yeah. In the meantime, guys, if you like the video, please subscribe. Also, give it a thumbs up. Also comment and hit that bell button as well for notifications as to when I upload. Okay, so thanks a lot for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.